Galala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Bahashem, Rahakwadash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, the movies depict the end. That's right. And when it comes to film producers, they have gotten their inspiration time and time again from the scriptures of the Bible. With that being said, there is a movie coming out on January 19th of this year, 2024, called the ISS, which stands for the International Space Station. Now, this movie depicts a worldwide conflict on Earth that leads to a full-scale nuclear war of great proportion. While the astronauts look in disbelief from the International Space Station. And this movie had its world premiere at the Tribeca Festival on June 12th, 2023, and is scheduled to be released on that date that I mentioned, January 19th of 2024. But with that being said, let's go right over to the ISS trailer.
From all of us down here in Mission Control, welcome to space. The Russians always knock 3 times.
I think it's just a superstition.
Down to Gonky Park, listening to the wind of change.
Whoa. I mean, I've seen pictures, but this is...
We don't talk politics. Here we're one.
Hey, guys.
Wait a minute, what the hell is going on down there?
Oh, whoa.
We gotta get up now, guys.
Let's get out.
Oh, my God.
Земля, это экипаж МКС.
Houston, do you read?
War has broken out below. And we were told to take the ISS by any means necessary.
If we got orders from our government to take control,
What do you suggest we do now?
Did you ever think that we could be so close?
the Russians got the same orders as us. And they just struck first.
Struck first. Mutually, we're evolved species.
This ISS movie trailer has a lot of biblical points of prophecy. Let's go right over to the point in the scripture of Amos 9:2 and 3, as you can clearly see here, which says, "Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down." Right. Though they dig into hell is in reference to their deep underground military bases, aka DUMBs. Though they climb up to heaven, meaning to their International Space Station or ISS. Thence will the Lord, Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, bring them down. There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Amos 9:3, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence, meaning from among their mountainous regions. This is where the Lord's men in spiritual power come into play in order to take them out thence, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide from among the eyes of the Lord, which are the angels. And it goes on to further read, though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, meaning in their deep underwater oceanic retreats or oceanic facilities, thence will the Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, instruct the Leviathan of the moist to bite them. The Lord shall release the Leviathan. And the elites know of the inevitable nuclear destruction to come. So they shall hide themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, according to the scripture of Revelation 6:14 and 15. They understand that modern day Babylon the Great is doomed, finished. So they shall build those places of refuge in other countries. Revelation 6 and 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Back then, they did not have fancy words as ICBM or nuclear missiles to describe those destructive weapons of the nations. So they named those things in which they saw according to the terminology of their time, on what was known back then in their time. They named the missiles arrows and the effects of a detonation as a scroll when it is rolled together according to the terminology of their time. You see? The heaven departed as a scroll. That refers to the effect of a mushroom cloud after the detonation of a nuclear weapon. This is the vivid vision that the Apostle John saw and what Isaiah also saw. Since they did not have fancy terminologies, that fancy terminology of a mushroom cloud during their time, they named the destructive effect as a rolled up scroll. You see? Every mountain and island were moved out of their places. The Lord did say that he will shake the heavens and the earth in the scripture of Haggai 2 and 6. That's what you saw in the trailer of ISS. And in that trailer, you also saw that it was a collaboration between the Americans and the Russians. But as soon as war broke out on Earth, I guess they're going to fight it out in that space station to claim it. And I can't say really what's going to happen upon that movie, because it's going to come out on January 19th of 2024. But from the trailer, it seems to go that route. These movies are depicting the end to come. Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Right, they shall all hide themselves in their underground bases, in their luxurious underground cities, bomb shelters, fallout shelters, mountainous regions, oceanic facilities, and even in the ISS, the International Space Station. Many shall also hide themselves in the caves and in their mountainous regions, as I said. A great inevitable destruction is coming, so they shall hide themselves to only fulfill the prophecy of Psalms 149, 7 and 8, to execute vengeance upon the heathen for what was done unto the children of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. Psalms 149 and 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. To execute vengeance upon the heathen, right? Speaks of the other nations, beginning with the nation of Edom, for the things done unto the true children of Israel. And they have been all in league with one another against the children of Israel. They have been confederate. Psalms 149 and 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. And there you have it. Beginning with the top banking families. That's the reason why the top wicked elite will survive the destruction in order to fulfill this prophecy. They will survive in their underground bunkers and in their other places of refuge, according to the scripture of Amos 9, 2 and 3, in which we read. The elites have many places of refuge, such as their underground retreats, mountainous retreats, underwater retreats, and space retreat, the ISS. They even have a $1 million luxurious underground facility with built-in pools. In the aftermath of destruction, that phoenix shall never rise again from among the ashes to rebuild. On that day, many shall hide from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, according to the scripture of Revelation 6 and 16. That Roman Empire shall never come back again. Because right now we have the newly revived Roman Empire. AKA Babylon the Great. In the aftermath of destruction, the phoenix shall never rise again from among the ashes to rebuild. Other places shall rebuild, but not modern day Babylon the Great. Revelation 6 and 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. In other words, the people are going to rush into these places of refuge in great haste, just to avoid the destruction and to hide from the face of the Lord, Yahweh wa Yahushai. Those mountainous regions and rocks, those mountains and rocks shall not fall upon them to kill them, but they shall be a cover unto those elite banking families and other people that they choose to let in. This prophecy will serve to later bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron to fulfill prophecy. Revelation 6 and 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Those that shall be able to stand on that day are the hopeful elect of the Lord, Yahweh wa Yahushai. The hopeful elect of the Lord, Yahweh wa Yahushai, shall be delivered and beamed up into the Lord's colossal mountain-sized ship. But as to the wicked, they shall not rise to possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities once again. No. And that is according to the scripture of Isaiah 14 and 21. Unto those wicked that have died, they shall come back into their lot of captivity. There's no escaping the judgment of the Lord, Yahweh wa Yahushai. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. With that being said, let's go over to Isaiah 14 and 21. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And there you have it. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Modern day Babylon the Great shall never rebuild. but other places shall recover and rebuild. And the wicked shall no longer take power. Modern day Babylon the Great in these times is America. But this goes to show you that the movies also depict the end that is to come. And this movie begins on January 19th of 2024 of this year. But with that being said, Kal Allah Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Ba Hashem Hakwadash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel, blessings onto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah.